It's game time. Welcome to the Sports, Bant and Prosecco podcast.
What? What?
Hi.
It's the blood pressure.
So we're going to introduce ourselves now. My name's Mel, Mad Mel, the Arsenal fan, as you can tell.
Oh, yeah. And it's Miss C, Man United fan.
Sorry.
Hey, Miss T, Liverpool fan.
And I'm Lou, our resident Chelsea fan.
You know what, girls? We should do a research on the beefs over football, like over the years. You know what I'm trying to say?
John Terry,
top 10
Anton.
beefs in sport, in football.
Oh, wow.
Did you not see that this week? She.
Oh, John Terry,
So
the motherfucker.
basically, mate, we're all part of.
John Terry's a dickhead.
But you know what happened?
Yeah,
I
we've
got
got to
so
talk
upset.
about that.
I forgot that I was responding to myself.
Yeah. And by that, she means responding to sports fans and
So she's
Prosecco
obviously
page.
posted it on the page, and I've seen it and got so upset and just responded.
Blah, 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 blah,
Prick.
blah, 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 blah,
And then
blah,
it flashes up. Latifa just responded.
just
Prick.
responded.
Yeah.
Yo.
The man said, did you see it?
Did you see it? You didn't see it?
What?
So he's talking about.
Thank you. Go on, Lou. No, go
So
on.
he's talking about when he called a black.
Anton
Yeah,
Ferdinand.
Anton Ferdinand.
And he said he
Anton,
bumped into Rio Ferdinand.
Well, he said
in Dubai.
He said I tried to right after the game. I tried to contact Anton. His people weren't having it. Shut it down. And I tried to contact Rio again. Shut it down. He goes, oh, they must have been upset. Blah blah blah. He goes, but
Imagine how
personally
I
for
felt.
me, in the highest court of law, said, I did nothing wrong. I said because racism,
And that's the highest.
but let's be honest, racism is illegal. It's not illegal.
Wasn't illegal then.
But racism, just generally speaking,
Is. But the
no,
fact
but
that
it's
he had
not.
the
If I call you a
audacity
black,
to
if I call you
say,
something, and you're saying, if I call you something, yeah, it's not necessarily illegal. It's wrong, but it ain't
No, but
necessarily
they
illegal.
made
So you saying because the court said I'm
That's
all
the
right,
point, that's the
therefore
point.
what I said was
all right.
illegal or not illegal?
No,
Forget all of
because
that.
Yeah, but
wrong.
come on, you're talking to a man whose mum thiefs.
Right, what did I say the other day?
His mum's a thief.
That's what I said.
She's a common thief. All when her son was making money, so fuck them all.
That's a lie. Find the thief.
There you,
Right.
It's true. Listen, that's a lie.
Find the thief.
there you
Right.
go.
So his
right?
mum's a thief and he's a racist. Kind of makes sense.
But you know what I'm saying? He was doing
Yeah.
pull me. That's what
Yeah,
was
this
pissing
is,
me off.
and do you know what?
And that's
Even
the problem. Why do
what
people do
pissed
that?
me
Why
off
do
was
people
the
do
fact
that?
that he was trying to justify it by saying, you said what you said, my friend,
He
right?
contradicts himself as well.
And you're trying to say, well, the court of law didn't find me guilty. But you fucking said it,
You
right?
fucking said it, bro.
So forget what the court of law said. Stop trying to justify. And he was, at one point, I even felt he was trying to say like it was hard on him as well.
No, he was. He absolutely
Right.
fucking
He
was.
probably was
He
saying
was.
It was
He
hard
was.
on me.
He
I
was.
went through a difficult
Please
time.
tell us.
I went through a
John
difficult
Terry,
time. because I'm a
tell us
racist
how
rebel.
hard,
That's
what was
what
so
the man
hard
was
about
saying.
I
that.
never liked that boy.
No, I never
No,
liked
I
him.
never did
Listen,
too.
I'm Chelsea through and through, and I've never liked him. And
Nah,
I
man.
can't remember why I didn't like him.
Right
I
is
was like,
right, wrong is
that's
wrong.
why.
Simple. I'm sorry.
I can't
And
stand
when
it.
you
And-
And when
man.
Ashley Cole backed him,
And
I lost
to this-
all
Oh,
respect.
come on,
yeah, Ashley Cole does
all
not
respect
deserve
for
it.
But
him.
then
What?
Ashley Cole married Cheryl Cole,
Well.
who smacked up the African lady in
Yeah, in the shop.
in the
Yeah.
In the toilet.
Yeah.
So that lets you know what he lets fly.
Fool.
Right?
I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
and she's another
exactly.
one. Oh, how people bring it up, bitch.
You did
You
that.
did
so
it.
sure, you know what I mean?
You
Sorry.
did it.
Own
You
it.
said it.
If what the
Own
minute
it.
you own it,
And
you'll
the thing
probably be able
It's
to
better
do
to
that.
say. It's better to say my bad. I
Exactly.
fucked up.
Own it, man.
But
Own
you
it,
know what?
though.
Have the power of your convictions. If you say that because you think that, hold it and say that's what I think.
Say it with
Don't
your
try
chest,
and backtrack,
and then-
because
yeah.
in public opinion you're getting cancelled.
But I also
Oh,
feel
right.
like-
Exactly.
I do feel like some people see nothing wrong with it until you're shown. And in that situation, because you hear it at home, let's be honest, you hear certain things at home, so you don't see nothing wrong with it until you say it out loud and someone checks you for it.
And you're
I had
like,
a brethren once, sorry to cut you, baby, who I went to her house one time, and I heard her mum, she's Caribbean, fun enough, and I heard her mum say, "Don't bring no African bubble to my yard." And we was at college, and she repeated. I heard her mum say it, and in work college, and I heard she's like kikiing, like, you hear my mum say it? Like, I said, "Bitch, you're not African, innit?" She's like, "Is it?" I was like,
sorry about, is it?
"Yeah."
Do you want me to spell
but
it to
she's
you?
since changed how
Yeah,
she
you are.
feels because she ran out of African boy. But it's what she's hearing in her yard, isn't it?
Yep.
No, but
But she admits that she was wrong.
no, but you see, there's a thing, right? And yes, I can forgive a 5-year-old who goes into school,
Yeah.
who's heard
Absolutely.
their parents
Their
say
parents
something,
say it,
Absolutely.
and they don't
repeat
know
it.
nothing.
I can forgive that.
Yeah.
right?
You don't know no.
I find it really hard.
Yep, for an adult.
To forgive an adult.
Yep.
A whole adult. Yeah.
Yeah.
A whole
I
adult.
find it really hard. Oh,
You know
because
what you're saying.
do you understand? You know what you're saying, and because you got caught, now you're trying to
Backtrack.
either have the strength of your conviction,
Like you said, own
right,
it
and own
Yeah.
and
it,
stick by it.
right,
Yeah.
stick
I
by
said it with
and
my whole
try,
chest.
Yeah.
or you don't say it. Right?
I mean, I'm gonna play devil's advocate because sometimes, like I said, we repeat shit we know from a yard, and you're repeating. Like someone says to me right now, oh, not now, but 10 years ago, someone said to me, "Are you Nigerian? Are you Ghanaian?" I'm like, "What?
Are you alright?
Absolutely effing not."
Mm.
Now, what's wrong with being Ghanaian?
Mm.
And where the F did that come from? It come from my yards.
Mm.
Right.
All right, so
but that's different though. What you're giving is a different example.
Yeah.
It's like I grew up.
I'm just talking about
no,
bigotry
but what I'm
generally.
saying is, like, so my parents are Jamaican, right? So, you know, if we would always refer to other islands, small islands,
Mm.
yeah.
and my mum would be like, "I'm really proud of Jamaica. I don't want to be any other other than
Rightly
Jamaica,"
so, yeah.
which is fine, right? And sometimes the islands can get into arguments.
Yep, they do.
Standard. What about the
Yeah.
African Caribbean?
When you're growing up,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
as a big woman,
When you hear yourself saying that loud, you start to realize it's
you
fucking
start,
ridiculous.
but as a big woman, you start to realize it don't make no sense.
You don't make no
No.
sense.
That's my point.
No.
It don't
yeah.
make no
don't
sense.
make sense.
Ghanaian people are beautiful. Why the hell would I be
So,
offended?
right. So, you know, and for me, I look at it and think, you're just ignorant. I don't need to deal with you
Yeah.
because I can't deal with the ignorance. But you see,
Yeah.
when you've
It's-
got a player
Yeah,
like John Terry,
yeah,
England captain as he was,
Oh gosh, yeah.
being backed
Anton
by his club,
yeah.
Mate,
being
Was a different
backed
time,
by
though,
his
to be
players,
fair.
it was a
horrible.
different time.
It's horrible.
But how much has
But-
it changed?
And how much?
No.
And how bad?
How
and
has it? No,
Hey.
clearly not. Who
Oh, no, they
sent
do- they
me?
do a bit
Wait,
more
I
undercover now.
saw somebody posted even just completely like not football related, but the little boy that got stabbed.
I knew you
by
were
the
gonna say
sword.
The
that.
son.
Oh,
well, the
darn,
son
darn,
posted it.
darn,
I knew you
the
were gonna say
sword
that.
boy.
And then
Not
his
his
little
name.
picture.
Yeah,
In
right.
the
Samurai.
corner,
Samurai.
in comparison to
Yeah.
other non-black people.
But look at how they've even referred to the guy that
He
chopped
was
him
the
up.
what? What's
Them-
this?
right,
How did they refer to him?
They've given him some nice name.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, it was
you know
right.
And
what?
shown
But
him
that's
winning
different.
medals
Right,
and
and
blah
so-
blah blah.
but
Like,
that
come on, you
is
win now. We're gonna
ridiculous.
worship him.
people
It's-
that
it's
listen,
mad.
That is the sun has
Nah,
always
that's
been
not
like
even.
that.
Yeah, the
Do you know
Sun's
what's
gonna
mad
fuck
though?
themselves. Excuse my
Daily
French.
Express, the Daily Mail, always
But you
been
know
like
what's
that.
mad? I
right?
worked at News International and I worked in a London paper. Do you remember that free paper in the evenings?
Yeah,
And
Metro.
they were fucking
Yeah,
everywhere.
Yeah.
Is it Metro?
Metro.
No,
No,
not
Metro
free
Metro.
paper.
But
No,
this
Metro
one
was
was a
there.
London paper and
Yeah.
it was the
Oh, the
London
London
Light.
Week, the one that's
Yeah.
something you worked for. Yeah, that's it. I remember.
And the people that worked there were young, they were Gen Z, they were millennials, da 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 da. And this is why I get confused when I hear about the sun. And remember, the sun's where we work, the sun was across the fucking road.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's why I get confused when I see, because that's a narrative, that's an agenda.
Yeah.
Because the people that are working, they weren't like that. Report.
No.
They weren't. I mean, there was lots of gay people.
But
there
guess
were lots
why?
of They were not just, it was so diverse. So when I see the sun, I'm like,
Who
where's
is
the
right?
You
gender
have-
coming
but
from?
you have to
exactly.
write
Who
it.
is
But
right?
you have-
And
white
you're
men-
But
actually
you have to
putting
look
it
at
out
who
there.
owns those papers.
Old white men.
Mostly.
Yeah,
like-
but the London paper was owned by News International, which was owned by Rupert Murdoch.
Right. Okay.
But
Okay.
then there's got to be
But it
who's
changes
there.
But
at some
also, I
point.
realised what it is. The demographic. These
Yeah.
were up and coming writers and reporters,
That's
fresh
it.
out of uni.
There you go.
So it's a different generation.
Absolutely.
Different
but that's why
mindsets,
it's
different
so warped,
everything.
because to write that, you got to get buy-in from
That's what I
your
mean.
copy people,
That's what I
from your
mean.
editor, your
Yeah, that's
sub-editor.
it. So it's
So it's like,
yeah.
the thing is, it's insidious.
Yeah,
that agenda.
totally,
I bet in fact
totally.
we call it out all the time. When Sterling's got a gun on his, the
The
fashion- coming
tattoos, you're
from-
highlighting
when he's
that.
spending his money, he's
What about the Phil
When other players-
Foden? Phil Foden, what was it? Phil Foden and
Bought a
someone
house.
that bought a house,
That was
and
the one.
somebody else.
Sterling.
What
It was
the? Yeah,
Sterling,
Sterling bought
thank
the
you.
thing.
Right?
And he was like, oh, what? It's the
It's fine.
And let's take it a
comparisons
step
and the thing
further.
is just
Meghan
ridiculous.
Markle rubs her tummy. Oh, she's rubbing
She's
it.
rubbing
too
it too
much. That one
much.
rubs it.
Oh, ain't that
She's so
cute?
caring. She's so
The
nurturing.
one we ain't seen since December.
Oh, man.
She rubs her stomach because she's very
Oh,
nurturing.
But there was a thing where
Wait,
I remember reading Prince Harry's holding
Pathetic.
Markle's hand, Meghan's hand,
They called her
and
anything.
that was a problem.
They called her anything.
Why?
Right, because he was holding her hand.
Which is
Why?
very normal.
Because apparently
Which
she's
is very
needy or something.
normal.
Yeah, it
But that's
shouldn't
very
be.
normal for healthy couples.
Because William and
Oh,
Timmy
and
don't
that's the
hold
thing.
hands.
He got
so
out
for
his
you,
But that's why, you know what?
He
That's
got
why
out his car
Harry is
and he
Diana.
opens the door for her and she jumps out. William gets out.
He's
and
whipped,
starts-
he is.
Fixes his jacket, starts walking.
Yeah.
Mrs. is behind. But who gets the argy-bargy? The people acting normal and healthy.
Yeah. They
That's
like a
narrative.
problem. They like a
now,
problem. Yeah, no, no.
God, Princess, no one's seen her since, but somehow Meghan's
Yeah.
Meghan's name
It's
is
sad though. She had cancer, innit?
well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Kate.
yeah. and that's we don't wish that on anyone.
No,
you know?
of
No,
course
but my
not.
point is, Meghan's not in this country.
No.
And they will
No.
still want to leave her
Lesser
alone.
leave.
Oh,
And they still
still
will
chat.
not
They're
leave
still
her
chatting
If
alone.
she
their names.
sneezed, there's
Like,
she
they
But
probably
yeah,
got
bear in
this.
mind, you got a whole child
And
toucher
I'm not even a
upper.
Meghan Markle fan.
You've got,
I've never,
yeah,
I've
and
never.
yet we're talking about Meghan Markle.
Yeah, no, we
You got a
know
whole
who
what?
the child
Let's
toucher
not.
upper is.
A child toucher upper.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But we're
Right?
talking about Meghan. Who doesn't
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Who
Like,
has
But
done
the
you
child
nothing.
toucher upper is all
Nothing.
He
right.
gets nothing.
I can tell you, boy.
It's wild. That's
It
what I mean
is.
by the agenda is insidious. It's wild.
But even like, there you go. Bringing it back to the football, wasn't it weeks ago, where that person wrote about if Sterling or somebody else, a few black players, if they weren't.
Oh,
playing
yeah, they'll
football,
be what?
they'll be in
Gangsters or
prison
something in prison.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was-
Wasn't that Simon?
Oh.
Simon, the guy
Yes.
that's on Talk Sport.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who says
Wow.
that?
Didn't
Yeah.
Who
even.
says that?
And you're just
You know what?
like,
They've been
how-
given so
and
much.
he used to be a chairman
Do you know what's
Yeah.
wild as well?
of Crystal
You've
Palace.
sat
Yes.
down and you've thought
And
about
Crystal
that.
Palace
and
has
that's
got
the
a lot
conclusion.
of black
No, but
players.
you've sat down
And
you've
thought about it.
And actually said
and
it.
that's the conclusion you've
You've
come
come
to.
to.
Yeah.
That's wild. And it lets me know you don't. And it makes sense now when I see young boys 40 and 50 and I'm like, they're children. The world doesn't see them.
Doesn't see them.
as
They're
children.
done.
Yeah.
They're done.
No,
They're
they
done.
Even my own
How do you
kids,
expect them
my
to
own
help
kids,
themselves
I
if you
dropped
don't
her off
see
at a
nothing of
birthday,
them?
lunch with friends there, but I had to have a conversation with them, not as black girls, just as ladies. Girls, conduct yourself. I should
Imagine you should have to do that. You shouldn't.
I should
have
have
to do
said-
that.
'cause in my head-
At a 14-year.
And I'm not going as
Wait,
far.
it's 14 now, isn't
14,
it?
and I'm not even going as far as saying, you know, I don't want them thinking about you and black girls.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't go as far. I didn't do that.
But
I stopped short of doing
and
that.
it's interesting
Because
because
I didn't want to taint how
No,
they
of
look
course,
at
of
themselves.
but it's
I
interesting
totally-
because with my daughter,
Yeah.
I can remember from when she was young. One, I had to be telling her about
Your daughter's how old now?
she's 17 now. But I had to be telling her even when she was in primary school about appropriate and inappropriate.
How you mean?
So what's appropriate? What's inappropriate?
Mhm.
If you feel uncomfortable, you're uncomfortable,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If you feel uncomfortable, you get the hell out of Dodge and you call us because there's a reason why. Trust your
Trust your
instincts.
Yeah.
Instinct.
Trust
Trust
your
your
instincts.
instincts. Absolutely.
Know that unless you invite it, you are not to be touched.
But you
No.
know, as well,
And I had to be teaching her to a point where I'm now confident, and she's 17, so she's now going out into the world.
you're confident that she
I'm confident
you
that
know the tools.
right, but I had to, and a part of me hated that.
Of course,
a
you
part of
shouldn't
me
have
We
to.
didn't have to.
I
I've
wanted
got
her
boy
to just
children.
be naive and have a bit.
Absolutely.
But I had to be breaking it down
Yeah.
on
Day
levels,
in, day out.
Yeah.
right?
Day in,
Because I don't want to go to jail.
Do you know what though?
Thank
Yeah, but
you,
can I
Bear.
say,
Go on,
as
you
a
got
mum
boys.
of boys,
Even
even as the
harder.
same, right?
I'll be honest with you, that's 10 times. I wouldn't.
mate.
It's a
I
funny
don't
thing.
even
I
know
don't think it's
how I
harder.
would have.
No, I do, and I tell you why I think it's harder.
it's
You can correct
different.
me.
It's different. It's different.
Yes, it's different.
It's different. It's not hard. It's just different.
But I also feel like when I was pregnant, all 3 times, there was one reason I didn't want a boy. Not because I don't genuinely want a boy. I would love a boy. But navigating life for a young man, you can't keep him in the house. He has to be allowed to go outside a minute. But if someone looks at him funny, someone don't like the way he looks, someone thinks he's too good looking, and they don't even know that it's jealousy, it could end in my young son being attacked.
But even I go even more from the perspective of when they went to Zambia. As you know, they spent time in Zambia, went to school there, and it's about saying to them,
Oh yes.
if any man, any woman says, tell your mum, don't tell your dad,
That's when
don't
you
do
tell them.
whatever. As a pet, I had to have those conversations with my boys.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, that's when, like you're saying, your instinct, your gut, you just know something ain't right. You don't need to be there. You let somebody know. You call me because you got some nasty people out there. You got predators and the people that you think are going to be cool and no, not at all. So as a mum to boys, I had to have the same conversations.
Do you know what's a funny one though?
That's
And
interesting,
I'm not
yeah.
talking
I
about
did.
sexuality here. I'm talking more about how they conduct themselves. My mum is saying to myself, "You're black girls. You have to hold yourself a certain way because people will judge you." Blah blah blah.
Absolutely.
I've had to
Thank you
stop
so much.
short of saying that to my child, and I'll tell you why. I don't want to taint her experience, and for me, I don't want her to small up herself, large up yourself, take space. You are entitled to space. Okay?
Well, I was gonna say,
Mhm.
as for me as a black girl, I grew up, you know, you're a black woman, you have to behave in a certain
Same.
way,
Yes.
blah, blah, blah,
Same.
blah, because people are going to
Absolutely.
judge you,
Judge
this,
you.
you, that, you, that.
Absolutely.
Like with my daughter, I say, you go out there and be black.
There-
Boom, you go out there and you be as black as you fucking can.
Space. Don't small up yourself for nobody.
And you see that argument about that angry black woman? You be as angry as your mother.
You was.
Yeah.
If you're pissed off,
You
be
be
pissed
pissed
off.
And let them know you're peed off. Yeah, don't bring
All
yourself
I ask
down.
you
Yeah.
is to be polite.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
While you're doing
and to
it.
conduct yourself the
There
way
you
you
go.
know how.
There you
Well,
go.
I
You,
brought
but
There
you
you are.
be.
exactly who you
But-
are.
And you know
Yes.
what? Make someone look at you and say, "Oh, you should." It don't matter.
You know how you just did, you just went mech,
Yeah.
Little things like that. Like, growing up, I was so embarrassed of my mum's accent and language.
yeah.
But now,
Embrace that.
I'll be the first person
like,
going in front of my
hey.
daughter. I went up, so basically I'm in a group of them. And these some of these girls are bigger than me. But anyway, different team. Anyway, so they're very respectful. They're introducing themselves to me. And this girl said, "Oh, my name is Princess." I said, no, Jag girl.
Remember when you were that young? You did not
"No,
appreciate
Jag girl."
that.
Right, now, if my mum had done that, I would have been
You'd be like
mortified. Whereas
mortified,
my
girl.
daughter, but also, I've
you know, it's
instilled that
crazy,
pride in
isn't
her.
it? Mad.
No,
But
but we've instilled that pride. You're Trinidadian,
Yes.
you're Jamaican,
Oh, no,
and you're
but it's
Nigerian.
different.
That
No,
was
we're talking about
instilled
how
that.
the
But I
stigma.
wonder if there's a difference though, because so I grew up in the 70s, right?
Yeah,
So in the 70s, the black community in some ways was very, very small,
yeah.
Of course.
right? And we stuck together. It's not like now. We clung together because we were afraid of the white man, because you had
But do
the
you feel like
skinheads
the
and
black
you had the
Caribbean community stuck
Yeah,
together?
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like we were part of that.
And
No,
that's
no,
the
no, no,
problem.
no,
Yeah.
no, no,
I mean, I
Because they were calling-
wasn't around in the 70s.
No, well, you need to shut the fuck
See,
up.
those
right?
Jamaicans
Right.
were calling us Africans
Yeah.
niggers.
No, but
No,
let me
so we
finish.
went
Let her
in.
land.
That's
Let
a-
her
that's a-
land.
that's a
Let her
different
land.
thing,
Go
right?
on.
So we, the Caribbean community, so we came over, my mum came over, the Caribbean community, so
Yeah.
we stuck together, right? So there was always an element of we're all one. It's not
Yeah.
like now, right?
Yeah.
And then, and for a while, it was a Caribbean thing.
For sure.
There was a lot of black Africans.
No, absolutely,
back
yeah.
then. So when Africans came over, they were different to us.
Yeah.
We didn't understand the language
There were
half the
others.
time. They
There were-
ate different food, right? And they got targeted. I won't lie. They got
Wait.
targeted.
No, the thing is, it's very.
Right?
I just want to say,
They ate
I know, but I
different
get it, though. You finally assimilated, and then you've got this group that have come along, and they're trying to be with you.
Be
but
with you,
you're
but
not
you're not.
us.
But we
We've
don't know you.
assimilated.
You
Yeah.
don't know. You're
I
black,
get it.
but
I
you're
do get
different.
it.
It's like saying to an Englishman that you're the same as an Irishman.
Okay,
They will be offended.
okay. I hear. See. Can I add to the point you just made? And I'm
You know what I
with
mean,
you
innit?
as
You know,
well, because
yeah.
when we moved over, and I personally was like, Dad, what am I doing in this country? I have got a privileged life back home in Zambia with all the perks. I'm standing in Wood Green Tube Station.
Like, what the
looking at him,
fuck? What am
and
I
it's
doing
September,
here?
It's cold, it's wet.
I'm
I've
gonna
just
get
left my hot
cold.
country. Nice sun. I'm like, why are we here? But anyway, I went to Broadwater Farm and we lived at Broadwater Farm.
Jesus Christ.
You don't need to be saying that loud, sis.
No, I've got no problem.
So you've gone
You
from
from a-
privilege to get
to get up. Literally get up.
Literally. So, anyway, I go to Broadwater Farm Junior School, and it was this, this black girl. Love me, we're cool now, but like, she just used to pick on me and call me an African bubble and all the rest of it. But I'd go home to my dad, and I'd be like, I don't understand. They're the same skin color as me on top of it. Why are they calling me an African bubble? And they also, black Africans. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
For me, it was that we're the same color, so I didn't understand it. But
I do
that
now,
was
though.
no, now I do.
Yeah. I don't. It doesn't make it right.
Because
but
of
I
what
do
you're
get it.
saying.
No. And do not get me wrong. I mean, I wasn't of one that would.
No, you weren't
Make
a
those
horrible
comments.
person.
Yeah.
My
Exactly.
mum's not like that, and that's why
My
I'm
mum,
there's
my
the
mum
Yeah.
brought me up not to judge. Right?
And that's
And-
why.
And so that and so I am not. I might have thoughts
Yeah.
sometimes, but I never say it.
Yeah.
It's just my thoughts. Yeah.
Absolutely, because we all can have thoughts.
And the only time I become disrespectful is if we're in an argument and I lose my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Or
I will
better.
say whatever comes.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
right,
like the
but
normal
generally
person
speaking,
would.
So I never actually, and I'm not a bully. So I never throw words at people because that's
Yeah.
bullying behavior.
Yeah.
And I'm not a bully.
Yeah.
But, I also know that was how it was back then.
Yeah.
There
So
was
do
a
you
them and
acknowledge it?
us.
Because I find a lot of Caribbeans act like they're black, yeah, but Africans don't like us either. And I'm like, that was like almost
That was
retaliatory.
yes.
Well, I don't know whether Africans didn't like me.
But did you see it? Did you see
you know what?
Caribbeans? Like, do you feel like you saw Caribbeans coming for Africans at any point? Do you feel like you saw it? I'm not talking about did it happen?
I think in my friendship group, I didn't see it.
Do you know
But
what?
I saw it outside of my friendship.
Yeah,
but my friendship group, we had, whether it was, so the school that I went to, when I went to senior school, there was, out of 300 white people, there were like 20 black people.
Yeah.
Right. So they Caribbean, African, wherever they were black, right? So we didn't have the opportunity to have arguments with them because it was only 20 of us. Yeah. So we were just friends.
Well, I went to an all black school and it was such a small school. This is when I was in Hackney before I left. And it was such a small school that 2 years were in the same class. Like the class was big enough that in that one class you'd have 2 years. So you'd probably have about 40 kids in the class, and like 20 was at year 5 and 20 was year 6. Wow! But they were predominantly were black.
Was it a church school?
Yeah,
it was all girls' school, wasn't it?
No, this is a mixed school.
Oh, that was a mixed
You're thinking
school.
about Skinner's.
Sorry, I'm thinking about Skinner's.
I that they call bad breed school.
Listen, I would say 90% of the class either didn't make it.
Yeah.
Do anything.
Anyway.
Yes.
So I used to get it, and my maiden name and my mum look alike. And from when I was a baby, everyone calls me my middle name Kemi. That's not my first name. So when I started school, my mum said Kemi. So they went with Kemi. So you've got Kemi Akini. I can't even fake it.
Girl, you couldn't. You could say you were Jamaicans like my sister.
Stood out like
you know what the
so
things
fun,
we do as youngsters.
But it was very much like, oh, you African booby. I do remember, and I remember I grew up here, so it's you've come over and like, oh, what the ass is this?
Yeah,
I grew up here and going, what the F is this? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is this? Because it wasn't
that
like
is so weird though.
It's so strange.
I came 3 months. Was it? You came in September. I came in December. I never experienced none of it.
Did you not?
Nope. I think I didn't give nobody the chance.
What?
I was hardcore.
What was the ethnicity of your class predominantly?
We were, I think it was mostly black.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. But wait, did you go? Obviously, you went straight to White Hart Lane, didn't you? Yeah, that's it. She went straight to secondary school.
So I think that's why when I say to you, I didn't experience that, it's because of where I went to school. So my senior school was in Sloane Square.
Okay. Oh, well,
And my upper, my
and then my school was next to hers.
Upper school was St. James's Park. So I was over there. So there was only a few black people there. So we stuck together. So we weren't about, oh, well, you're African or you're from.
No, you definitely.
We were just like, you're the same as me.
Yeah.
And they don't like me.
Yeah. But you see, that's how it should be.
That's what it should have been.
That's how
we were just.
Funny thing is, as you say that, fine, I went to White Hart Lane. And it was I think it was half and half.
Yeah, White Hart Lane was mixed. Was Turkish.
I remember
Greece, white,
the first day, Mr. Desmond, I'll never forget him, music teacher.
Oh, the black man with the glasses. No, not with the glasses. Sorry,
it was white.
It's not that me.
He's like, wow.
Clara, shut up, man.
Go on. I go in class. He goes, oh, this is Tina, blah blah blah. So he tried to pair me with the 2 black girls that were in class, but they trying to, run around like, trying to run up and down. They're trying to run up and down, blah, blah, blah. I said, no, I'm not about that life. I'm not going to run up and down and make boys chase me. I'm 13 years old. I'm going to stand right here.
I'm 13 years old?
Yeah. No, I'm 13. I'm not making nobody run. No, I'm a big 13. I don't do things like that.
No, she don't do them things. The boys chase her, man. She came from Zambia where the boys were on her case.
Yes, ma'am. But
sorry,
anyway.
Not too much.
But shut up. Anyway, I didn't have that. But then after sixth form, let's just say sixth form was a breeze in the sense of, I don't remember going to class. It was just, we were just messing about. But I thought, no, the only way I'm going to get myself these A stars that I'm supposed to have is go away. I went to Barnet College. I was the only black girl. Only black person at that college. But not once did I feel out of place.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing. Not
but generally
once.
speaking, do you? Like, I remember one time I was at work.
I don't.
I don't know. I know it's not safe for you.
The way I love
I was
me.
at work one time and someone was like, oh, I'm coming upstairs. How will I know it's you? And I went, well,
I'm the only black
and I looked
girl.
around and I went, I'm only black girl in the village.
And I say,
but I've been there for 2 years and hadn't noticed until that moment.
Do you know
So
something?
no one ever made me feel.
I can attest to that.
That's what's interesting because I remember when one of my first main jobs, and so my name's quite English. Melanie McKay.
Melanie McKay. No, it's quite.
It's not quite.
And the work that I used to do then meant that I worked with board members and directors, etc., etc.
BT,
and they used to come and meet me.
Yeah.
And I'd set up the equipment for them. And I remember many times the security called me and said, "Oh, blah blah blah, downstairs to meet you." And I'd come downstairs, and I'd go, "Hi," and they would say, "Oh yeah, we're here for Melanie." Looking over my
When you find out, let me know. But I'm right here.
But that's
like, let me just have a big.
But I was also unequivocally me. So I used to go to work, and I'd have my hair shaved with 3 different colours in my hair. Right? Yeah.
But do you think it's because I don't know if it's because we're getting older, or because times have changed. But yes, you are unequivocally you, and I feel like you and I, more you than me,
Clara.
People will say like, "Oh, you lot are so like
white." I get that all
and
the time.
I've definitely more hair than me.
You don't sound like a black
but
girl.
Also,
what am I supposed to sound
I don't
like,
think
y'all?
if I gives a shit, what the fuck
No,
does
I
that
don't
mean?
care. I am me, authentically
What the fuck
me.
does that
Embrace
mean?
it.
You know what?
Take it.
I'm very
exactly. What does that mean?
I'm very
I am
proud
me.
of being born in Hackney.
Well, I'm very
Absolutely.
proud of being born in Zambia.
Well, that's
Do you know? But I am.
But my point is, anyway, I do feel like for my children, and I'm guessing the same, they're a lot more proud of who they are. Listen, when I was starting in reception,
it's what we would say. People are woke. We're doing things differently.
Yeah, I don't hate the word woke though.
No, I'm just saying that's what they'll say.
We had to
That's
do
what
a
they'll
poster
say.
in reception, and I was like, right, we're gonna do this. And I was like, every single one of my kids done the same effing poster in reception, all 4. I said, you split the thing into 4. A big Nigerian flag, you put a Jamaican flag.
Yeah, own it, embrace everything.
And actually, Nala said to me one time, but Mummy, aren't we English? I was like, oh, right, cool. Put the English flag.
Absolutely.
But that is her identity.
And I'm going to say to you, so with my daughter, she when she was at school and they do international bring yourself to school day, and she would have the St. Lucian and the Jamaican.
Love that.
And her dad is Ghanaian and Nigerian.
Oh,
so it's one bag of things.
thing.
And I'm looking at her thinking, this is why you're so fucked, you know, because you're confused. All these different kind of... But she is like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So we got a new bin, right? A new bin to put our recycle, waste
rubbish,
in.
waste,
Because I had teeth in it. So I was like, this is not going out, right? I don't know.
Do you know what
Until
I mean?
we get it numbered, right? Because it wasn't numbered. So Davina's like, I will do it. So she brings it downstairs. There's a Nigerian flag painted on it.
Oh,
there's
brilliant.
a Jamaican flag.
I love that.
And there's a St. Lucian flag.
I
underneath.
love
And I'm
that.
like, well, ain't nobody teaching
No, my teeth in that one,
That's
girl.
it, exactly
She ain't
it.
put no number on it.
That's
But
it.
it's nice. My
That
kids
is
are
it.
so
I love it.
proud of who they are.
Yeah.
Even
But also,
Tariko and Darian,
don't
they
you feel
really
like
are.
I don't know about you for me, but I feel like I've got so many Trinidadian mannerisms, and my husband's picked up so many
Nigerian. Totally
Yes.
agree.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
it just comes out of his mouth. Likewise for me, it just comes out.
Yeah,
of
but it's
my
like
mouth.
me.
Well,
I've
you know
generally
what they-
dated
you know what they
Jamaicans,
say,
innit?
right?
So
You know,
it's like you'd think
what
that
do they say?
Jamaican,
You know what they
I do
say?
Jamaican easier than I do African.
Well,
For
you know what
fuck's
they
sake.
say, right? If you've had a dog, well, like...
You're going to train it.
Wait,
You're going to train it,
That's what I'm saying.
What?
If you've had a dog for a very long
not gonna
time,
have a
you
cat.
start look like the dog, you know.
Oh.
So if you're married,
yeah,
you
Tabby,
start
you
take on the mannerisms.
Yeah,
of the people
But let
that
me tell you
you're
something
married
now. Since
And you look
day
like
one,
each other.
me and Dominic will never look like each other.
No, you never will.
We
no,
would
no,
never.
that
look
would
like
definitely
each
say
other.
no.
to. But you will
Definitely.
take on the mannerisms.
Oh, she
Of
has.
course.
Listen, when you hear a
But that's what I'm
Trini,
saying. I'm not saying literally you're going to look like Dominic.
Even in this conversation, a few times I've said things. I'm like, oh God, that was Dominic.
that was summer husband, eh?
Yeah.
But it's
But
only
it's
natural.
beautiful, absolutely. It is.
It's a
It is
beautiful
definitely
thing.
only natural. It is.
Unless it's a
It
mannerism
is.
that you
It is.
hate, then it might not be a beautiful thing.
Oh no, I love the cadence of the Trini accent. I fucking
Yeah,
love it.
it is. Even
Yeah.
I like. Do you know what the funny thing is? I find myself doing it now.
Yeah, because you know what? Pretty cool
Absolutely. It's
mannerisms.
very,
Well,
very
Yeah,
cool.
you pick it up.
Them little
It's
Trinis.
very cool.
Yeah.
Very,
Them little
very, very
Trinis.
cool.
Yes.
But guys,
Yeah, man.
I think
Ladies,
we've
it's
So,
done-
like,
yeah.
Vanessa's stepdad is Bayesian. So, you know, you're a soul.
Yeah. I love the Bayesian accent.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
true.
gonna do it, but I love it.
I love it. I'm not going to do it either, but I do love it.
Yeah, and it is like it just make me giggle.
It is.
nice.
It's
I
funny.
mean, nothing that's sweeter than yard. You get me, but you know, it
Listen,
makes me giggle.
I have to say, Brendan, we're going to finish on this note.
Yeah.
You don't want to get cussed out by a Jamaican person.
Nah.
I don't have them, thank God.
Oh no, because I think they'll rip you a new one.
Oh, I remember one time I had to.
And I mean, a yardie, like speaking.
Rackets. I was with my mum. I was so embarrassed, and someone. I was so embarrassed. I was like 10. My mum doesn't know how to swear. I was like 10, and she just said, "Dustin Mackett" is how she talks. She doesn't think she's like swear, by the way. Anyway, and some lady budged her, and she started effing and jeffing and cussing. I couldn't even say what my mum said.
Wow. She's told me this story. Oh yeah.
You piss off. wait. You piss off, you bloody slave baby.
I'm gonna wet myself.
Do you know what? I think I would have hit your mum for that.
Your mum went deep.
She went there. She went there. I would have hit her, mate. She went there. I would have lost my mind.
First of all,
Because it's true.
No.
I would have lost my mind because it's true.
Part of me was like, first of all, I was like, Mum, turn it up. No. But secondly, I was like,
Okay, Mama. Mum said you slept, baby.
I ain't gonna lie though, I never said it again. I heard her say it and I never repeated it.
No, don't.
I never. Because
Don't.
even I was like,
Yeah. There's some things you don't do.
this time you. And on
I'm
that
your girl, Miss C.
note, she needs to pee.
She needs to go to the toilet. Needs to go to the toilet.
Yeah, and on that note, you've been watching the
Prosecco.
We'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Go on.
Jump over, man.
You're making all this work out and you can't jump over the table. Oh,
Look at her.
You're gonna win. Trick.
Run!
Does she know where she's going?
In the bag. She's like, drip. There's a drip. And another drip. Oh, shit.
That's the funniest thing I've seen for a while, man.